Today, we're diving into a significant shift that's about to happen with Apple's accessory lineup. If you've been following the news, you might have heard that Apple is gearing up to abandon its FineWoven case line, a move that's been long awaited by many. So what led to this decision, and what does it mean for the upcoming iPhone 16? Let's break it all down. Last year, Apple decided to make an eco-friendly move by introducing a new line of cases called FineWoven. These cases were meant to replace the genuine leather ones that Apple had offered for its iPhones for years. The idea was to create a product that was both luxurious and environmentally conscious. FineWoven cases were made from a fabric-like material, boasting 68% post-consumer recycled content, a reduced carbon footprint, and a suede-like feel in the hand. Sounds great, right? Well, not so much. While the FineWoven cases were priced at $59, the same as their leather predecessors, it didn't quite live up to expectations. Despite Apple's claims, users quickly found that the FineWoven material didn't stand up to the test of time. These cases aged rapidly, with colors becoming spotty and the fabric prone to scratches and stains. The durability and quality simply didn't match the premium price tag, leaving many customers disappointed. It didn't take long for the negative feedback to pour in. Those who bought FineWoven cases found themselves frustrated by the quick wear and tear. The once promising eco-friendly alternative became a source of regret for many Apple users. As a result, returns and exchanges became common, with customers opting for other options from Apple's lineup. Apple, known for its attention to detail and high-quality products, clearly took this feedback seriously. According to reports including store availability checks by Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, the FineWoven cases have reached their lowest stock levels ever. Such low inventory typically signals the end of the line for a product. It seems that Apple is now ready to pull the plug on FineWoven altogether. So what does this mean for the iPhone 16 series? With the expected discontinuation of FineWoven cases, Apple is likely exploring new materials or possibly bringing back its popular leather cases. This move could either be a return to what worked well in the past or a step towards something entirely new. Apple has always been a company that isn't afraid to take risks, and this situation is no different. During the iPhone 15 event, Apple described FineWoven as a luxurious and durable microalgal material. However, as with many eco-friendly innovations, the user experience didn't quite hit the mark. It's a classic case of good intentions not quite meeting practical needs. But despite this, we shouldn't forget that Apple's attempt was a bold one. It showed a commitment to reducing the environmental impact, even if it didn't work out as planned. The FineWoven case might be a failure in terms of user satisfaction, but it's important to acknowledge Apple's effort to innovate. When Apple introduced FineWoven, it wasn't just a small change, it was a complete overhaul. The company didn't just add this new material as an option, it fully replaced its leather products with FineWoven, showing a strong commitment to sustainable practices. Apple's willingness to go hell for leather, so to speak, deserves some credit. While FineWoven didn't pan out, it was an ambitious attempt to offer a more sustainable product. Apple invested thousands of hours into testing FineWoven before its release, but unfortunately, those tests didn't uncover the material's shortcomings. It's a reminder that even the most meticulous companies can have missteps. As we prepare to say goodbye to FineWoven, its willingness to innovate and take risks in the pursuit of sustainability. As we look forward to the iPhone 16, we can expect Apple to learn from this experience and continue to push the boundaries of what's possible in the world of tech accessories. That's it for today. What are your thoughts on Apple's decision to ditch FineWoven? Let me know in the comments section. As always, see you in the next video. In just a few months' time, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will succeed the iPhone 15 Pro Max and take on the mantle as the best and most advanced iPhone out there. Although there's plenty of time until September and a lot can change, we seem to know a lot about the upcoming top iPhone model based on rumors and leaks. How is the iPhone 16 Pro Max shaping up against its predecessor? What's changing and what's staying the same? Let's see how the iPhone 16 Pro Max shapes up against the current best iPhone Apple has in its roster. First up, let's talk about design and size. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will inherit the same design language as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, employing the same titanium frame with a completely flat screen. The major difference between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be size. The upcoming iPhone screen will grow to 6.9 inches across, a significant bump over the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 6.7-inch display. To achieve this, they're likely shrinking the bezels down even further and making the phone itself slightly larger overall. As per the rumors, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will measure 163mm in height and 77.58mm in width versus 159.9mm and 76.7mm for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, respectively. A small but notable change, All things considered, the iPhone 15 Pro Max debuted with an action button instead of a mute switch and a USB Type-C port at the bottom, so those two features will be carrying over to the newer model as well. However, the iPhone 16 series will be scoring another button, dubbed the Capture button. Colors-wise, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was available in 4 understated and titanium-inspired colors. We've heard that Apple might use another titanium processing technique that will make the iPhone 16 Pro Max glossier and also more capable of retaining colors. Moving on to display differences. As mentioned, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come along with a significantly larger display, measuring at 6.9 inches across. Aside from the size, we don't clearly expect any other major changes. We're certainly getting a liquid Retina XDR display with an OLED panel delivering superb colors, contrast, and exceptional maximum brightness. The screen will support 120Hz ProMotion refresh rate, making scrolling through the interface and on-screen content way smoother. Now let's delve into performance and software. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will feature a second-generation 3nm chip, possibly dubbed Apple A18 Pro. As one can imagine, we expect that the Apple A18 Pro will have better performance than the Apple A17 Pro. Due to the heavily rumored focus on AI for both iOS and the iPhone 16 range, we expect that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come with a much improved neural engine to take care of all the generative AI features. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will also be a first to debut iOS 18 with a focus on artificial intelligence features. The new iPhone 16 Pro Max will also support faster Wi-Fi 7 and a more power-efficient 5G modem, keeping you future-proofed on the connectivity front. Let's talk about the camera. As the iPhone 15 Pro Max delivers a host of important camera features, chief among which is the new 120mm telephoto lens, the iPhone 16 Pro Max could finally address one of the forgotten cameras that hasn't recently scored any significant overhauls, the ultra-wide. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that Apple will be introducing a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. When it comes to audio quality, iPhone Pro Max devices are always up there with the best, setting the benchmarks for all other manufacturers to measure up against. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will be no exception. The same generally applies to haptics too. iPhones are arguably the best devices when it comes to haptic feedback, giving us precise and accurate vibrations that are sufficiently strong yet not overpowering. Lastly, battery life and charging. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will reportedly feature a much larger 4,676 mAh battery compared to a 4,422 mAh battery in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Charging-wise, we haven't heard anything about a potential charging speed increase, but we hope to see one on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So far, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is shaping up to be a logical improvement to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, delivering key upgrades in important areas like screen size, performance, AI, and battery life. Thus far, we haven't heard anything particular about a potential price increase, so it's safe to assume that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will start at $1,199 for the 256GB version. Of course, if there's an iPhone 15 Pro Max in your pocket, then you'll probably have few reasons to upgrade to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Stay tuned for more updates on the iPhone 16 Pro Max as we get closer to its release date. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest tech news and reviews. Thanks for watching. Until next time.